how you can become a model. Step 1. Measurements. You will need to measure your height, waist, hips, and bust. Step 2. Polaroids, and you want them to look like this. Last step, agencies. Apply to as many agencies as you can. Put your details, measurements, and upload your Polaroids. These are the best agencies out there. Good luck!
How to pose like a model. Beginner's edition. Alright, let's slow it down. Walk front. Step together. Step out. One hand in your pocket. Two hands in your pocket. Over the shoulder. Walk profile, turn to the back.
You were made for a money man, but if you can't love me now, don't love me later. When my later is much greater, it only proves that you love the paper, my paper. If you can't love me now, don't love me later.
If your walk looks like this, you need more training. This is a celebrity viral walk and no one is going to book you for it. If you want to get booked, you need a strong, confident walk, one foot in front of the other, where you fall naturally into your pit pose. If you would like to learn this, you can book a one-on-one with me or take my course, Model S Model Success.
Bring the action.
How to become a model in 3 steps. Step 1 is to take some digitals in front of a white wall with some natural light like this. This is the lighting you want, and this is the lighting you don't want. You should take 4 different shots like this. And step 2 is to take your measurements. For females, this is what you'll need. And step 3 is to submit. Here's a list of the top modeling agencies. And you can literally just Google them. We'll use LA Models as an example. Just go to their website and then look for a button that says become a model or something like that. This is where you'll put in your contact info, your sizes, and those photos you just took. Good luck.
Why you can't just become a runway model, and no, it's not because of your height. First of all, Fashion Week only happens for 2 weeks out of the year in Paris, Milan, London, and New York, so you as a model cannot be working for just 2 weeks out of the whole year. There's 8 types of modeling to do, and models typically do all 8. However, some do one type more than the other. Obviously, number 1 is runway. These are usually taller. However, the industry is becoming more open to shorter models. There's event and promotional modeling, like this girl is doing, could be in person or online. Then you have lingerie models who usually have a more voluptuous body. Then there's e-commerce, so you do pictures for catalogs for online. There's also fitness modeling, part modeling like hands or ears for jewelry, things like that. There's also fit models that work behind the scenes. Designers usually fit the clothes to them before sending it to the manufacturer. There's editorial, which is what we mostly see in print. It is unique faces and very avant-garde shoots.
I like him too. He my man, he my boo, he my type, he's so cute. I want him and I want him too. I like him too. He my man, he my boo, he my type, he's so cute. I want.
This is how I train for runway. I start on the treadmill and I set the speed to 3.6. It's good to practice on the treadmill, that way you make sure that your speed is consistent. And if you don't have a good foundation for your walk, you're never going to be able to walk in heels. And now that I'm done warming up on the treadmill, I practice in my hallway so I have plenty of room for my walk. If it's a classic catwalk, you'll pose at the end of the runway and then turn back. I'll do that again so you can see the footwork close up. I just cross in front, step out, lean to the other side, and then step back. When you practice your walk over and over again, it's easy to get tired and frustrated, so don't forget to take a moment, fix your posture, and start again. How to pose like a model. For this first pose, you're gonna sit down and part your legs. A trick to elongate your legs is to pop up on top of your toes. Then lean into one shoulder, and that's how I got this shot. This next pose can be a little bit dangerous, so please be careful. Basically, you just fall and then catch yourself, and that's how I got this photo. If you're wearing something flowy like this, you need to bring life to the outfit, so I want you to throw it, like over and over again. And that's how I got this shot.
Nailed it.
Yes, I see you. Next time I better be seeing you in Vogue though.
I want to become a model, but I don't know where to get started. If this sounds like you, listen up, because I'm going to tell you how you can become a signed model right from the comfort of your own home. All right, open up your computer and do a Google search for modeling agencies in your area. Gather a little list and keep this in your back pocket for later. Next, find a blank wall, either outside or inside, but make sure it has good lighting. And slip into a black bikini. Make sure it's something simple that flatters your body, and you can do heels or no heels. You can also just wear a simple black outfit if you're not comfortable in a swimsuit. Then set up a tripod and start snapping some pics. I recommend getting the Lens Buddy app. It's great for shooting your own photos. Make sure you get one of each of these. Go ahead and screenshot to save for later. Next, you're gonna go to the websites of the agencies that you found in your search in the beginning and click the online submission tab, the become a model tab, search for something like that. Upload those photos to their form online, and you've just submitted to become a model. But one other thing I recommend doing is going to the agency's Instagram pages because a lot of times they have contests or more information on how to get noticed. Good luck!
How to pose like a high fashion model.
For this first pose, you're going to turn 3/4 to the back, take a step out, lean back, and look over the shoulder. For this next pose, you're going to need a chair to sit on. I'm sitting on the very edge of it. Kick your legs out while keeping a slight bend. Put your hands in your pockets. Now watch how my body shifts into a slight S-curve. And lastly, we have the no paparazzi pose. Again, I'm leaning with my hips and putting my hand out towards camera.
Now get out there and take some groovy high fashion pics.
How did I become a model? I was scouted when I was 14 when I attended my first runway show. I was just going to the fashion show with my mom and my friend Sasha, and then they thought I was one of the models. Because apparently one of the girls was running late and they thought it was me, even though it wasn't. And then I apparently looked like one of the model's sisters, so then backstage they were like, oh my goodness, your sister's so cute, and the girl was like, I don't have a sister. So then during the fashion show, a lot of people were staring at me and I wasn't really sure why. After the show, a Vogue editor approached me and talked to my mom and I about how I should become a model and how she believed in me. And then the girl who everyone thought was my sister came up to me and was like, hey, if you're not a model, you should totally become one, because we look like sisters. So then with the help of a Vogue editor and a model, I became a model.
If you're interested in modeling, here are some steps on how to start. Step 1 is to go online and look up agencies that are in your area. Do your research, try to find one that looks like it's the best fit for you. The reason I recommend that you start in your local area is because it's important to build skills and build your portfolio before you try to take on a bigger market. Now that you've found 1 or 2 agencies, look on their website to see if they have any open calls. The casting process is super confusing, so here are some tips. Wear dark jeans and a black tank top, simply because this looks professional and it's not distracting. You should wear little to no makeup, the agency is there to sign you. And most importantly, there's no reason to be nervous, just go in there and be yourself.
Here's everything you need to know to increase your chances of booking a modeling job. Your outfit should be chic and show your figure. When in doubt, go for some black heels and black jeans. And don't forget to pack a hair tie. They're probably going to ask you to walk. Walk at a good pace and don't swing your arms too much. Don't pose when you get to the end, just step to the side like this and walk back. Definitely don't look the casting directors in the eyes as you're walking, because that just looks creepy. Look over them or past them. Casting directors see thousands of models per day, so the last tip is to show some personality and do something to make them remember you.
If you're trying to become a model, this is the best advice I can give you. A lot of aspiring models have told me that when they submit to agencies, they're not getting a response. Trust me, I had a very similar problem when I first started modeling, and it's very common. But there's one thing that I did different that led me to my success as a model now. Think outside the box. Here's what I mean by that. So in my case, when I first started to not get responses from agencies, I started DMing photographers on Instagram asking to do test shoots. That way I could build my portfolio. But then that wasn't even working, because when they would go to my Instagram page, they'd see no modeling photos, so they assumed, oh, she's not really a model. At that point, I had gotten really discouraged, and I spent like an entire year or 2 being just depressed and thinking like, maybe I'm not good enough to be a model. Then I had an idea. I knew that makeup artists needed content for Instagram. So I started reaching out to makeup artists instead on Instagram to see if they needed a model for content. Little did I know that was going to be the exact thing that would transform my entire career. After working with those makeup artists over and over and over again, eventually some of those makeup artists started their own makeup brand. So then they were like, oh, I know Ken's, I'm just gonna use her because I know that she's going to serve face and she's gonna do a great job. I became the face of multiple beauty brands. Once the bigger clients saw my work as a beauty model, they were like, oh, we wanna hire her. And then another one, and then another one, and another one. And then this happened. The truth is, every successful person has a different journey and a different roadmap to getting there. There's not one right or wrong way to get there. With that being said, create your own opportunities and see where life takes you. Good luck.
So I hear you want to be a model. Let me guess, you do, but you don't have any experience. Well, I can help with that. And while you're here, we might as well get these questions out of the way. No, and that's a scam. Well, I don't get it. How am I supposed to learn? Great question. Models have been asking that for decades. Here's the thing. Modeling is just one of those jobs that in order to learn, you just have to do it, which makes it extremely difficult if you don't know anybody in the industry. So let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Kenz Loren, and now that we're acquainted, I'd like to invite you to a photo shoot on August 23rd for LaFawn Jewelry. I'll be selecting 3 of you to come shadow me, and I recommend bringing a notebook and pen, because there's a lot to learn. And at the end of the day, I'll do a personal Q&A answering all of your questions about modeling. Check the comment section to see how to submit, and good luck.
No one else is talking about this. You guys, you can literally become what I like to call a stay-at-home model, which is a paid professional model where you book all your gigs and work from home. You can be any height, any weight, and live anywhere in the world. Like, I'm almost confused. It's so simple. Here's how I did it, and now I'm literally doing my dream job. You can do it too. Now is the best time to be a model. Brands are waking up to the fact that their audience wants to see their specific body type represented, so they are hiring all kinds of shapes and sizes to model for them. So step 1 is be the damn model. Connect with a friend that has a really nice camera, or get a tripod and go take some really great photos of yourself. Hair, makeup, full outfit, lighting, everything, a variety, like 5 different outfits. I'm gonna take those photos to create a media kit to send to brands. Follow for part 2 where I'll show you how to create a media kit and how to email brands.
Spread the word. Go call the police. Go call the governor. I bring the trouble. They bring the trouble, y'all. I make the bubble law. Call me the bubble law. I am the bad bitch. The bitch that you never know.